motivating people. You don't know how many people you inspire. You are unknowingly doing stuff, sharing stuff all the time.
Hi, and welcome to The Other 23. My name is Earl, and I'm here with my friend and one of our clients here at E3, Mayank Sinha. Mayank is an awesome guy. He's actually our first client that we're interviewing because he has done kind of the reverse role in the gym. After every workout, he and I will chat, or he'll chat with one of our other coaches, and he is inspiring us. We're supposed to be inspiring our clients. He's bringing us up. An amazing attitude, amazing energy, amazing transformation story. Let's just start with the attitude, man. How are you just this vibrant? Like you build me up, you lift me up. How do you do it? What's up, man?
Well, honestly, and this is something I was telling to my wife as well recently, that currently, by the way, I work as a software engineer.
Right.
And I have a job where I sit 8 hours in front of a computer, sometimes more.
And yet you're still charismatic and high energy. I love it.
Yeah, so when I get into this, I love doing what I'm already doing, but I also loved motivating people, inspiring people, and that's one of the things why we started our own, YouTube and Instagramming things. And that's just so that people can relate a lot of times with your lifestyle. And that's where people find common stuff that, oh yeah, I do this all the time, so people start engaging with you a lot. And I always have a passion to talk publicly. So I have done some presentations for companies in the past as well when I was in India. And even here and those are not like technical presentations. Those are presentations based on how you can grow and inspire just yourself and stay motivated. So I have always want to do something so that I can inspire people, and it's not like and then I went and attended a seminar where somebody said something which actually stuck with me, which was kind of like, you don't know how many people you inspire. You are unknowingly doing stuff, sharing stuff all the time, given the social media platform being this wide. And sometimes you get a message back, oh, you are my inspiration. And that has happened with my wife a lot, actually. She shares a lot of workouts. Sometimes I do things that I post something and then somebody comments on it. And then you realize, you wouldn't even know that this person I said something which actually inspired this person to start doing something.
Yeah, so it sounds like it started for you with growth and development. It sounds like you did some personal development, attending seminars and different stuff like that. And then you found that you liked what you received and you started reciprocating that to others.
Helping people.
Yeah, so you started reciprocating that to others.
Yeah.
And now it's just because you're working on these passion projects, you and your wife with the YouTube, Instagram, the different channels and platforms you're working on, you're giving back. So the fact that you're giving and you're sharing, and that's fulfilling that need to do something fulfilling. You're giving back. That gives you energy. I think that's why you have this uplifting attitude. You're not even trying to pump me up, but you do.
I mean, that's the thing. So I don't know, but do you know what MBTI is? It's a Myers-Briggs personality test, and it's a world-renowned test, right?
Absolutely.
So when I was in a Washington School of Business at University of Florida, we all have to give that in one of my classes, because I took a class where we were taught that you should know the personality of the people you are managing. So I took that test and my personality come back as ESFJ, and that just means I'm very extroverted. So I get all my energy when I'm surrounded by a lot of people.
That makes sense.
So that's why I'm so I'm very front spoken. I don't hold back things in my head. If you tell me something and I don't like it, I'll tell you and just get past it. I wouldn't be the person who would hold it for 3 years and then come back. You said me that 3 years ago, and that's why I was mad at you.
That explains why you, aside from the endorphins rushing and just the feeling good after a workout, that's why you're so pumped up.
Yeah.
So that explains a lot. But even when we first met, and you were telling Brianna this a minute ago, we just sat and talked for 30 minutes then when we first met.
Yep.
The energy that you bring is awesome, and I love it. And you touched on something that I really want to kind of explain that inspires me as well, and you talked about inspiring others, can help inspire other people, is the transformation. You and your wife together, which is a huge thing, because it's hard to do it on your own if you have a spouse or someone you live with.
That's the
You
best partner in
made,
gym.
Oh, absolutely. You both made a huge transformation in your life. Obviously, I know a little bit about that, but tell us a little bit about what you went through and then where you're headed.
So basically, it all started. We got married, and that is a whole different story. But it's on our YouTube because we got so many requests to know. Because every time we meet people, we say, "Oh yeah, we actually when we got married, we only dated online and took this huge leap of faith to get married without even meeting each other. We just met like 10 days before we actually got married."
I had no idea. You're kidding, really?
Yeah. So it's like one of a kind story.
You guys are the best. Seriously, you guys are awesome.
So. That is an interesting long story, but let's not go there.
I'm watching that YouTube video later.
But yes, so we got married, and we were not out of the way unfit ever.
Right.
I have always been into sports. I love playing basketball, badminton. She loves playing basketball.
Okay.
So we have always have this active kind of lifestyle. But then we got married and we came back. So we got married in 2015, December.
Okay.
And then we came back first week of January of 2016. And you know how that honeymoon phase you are in. We are booking the cruises, going out, eating everyday noodles, junk food, things like that. And we went from Mark A to Mark B, where one day I was just Instagramming and I was just looking at some picture of transformations of other people. And it hit her, not me. It actually hit her, and she was like, "Okay, I think so." If I tell you the numbers, I was 178 pounds.
Let's use your numbers. We don't want to throw your wife under the bus.
and yeah, so basically we were way over. And
weren't happy where you were.
Yeah, sometimes you know what they say, oh, you're still in a range, you know. So that was a time when it actually hit us, and we were like, okay, let's just stop looking at a body weight, and let's just start looking at how you feel. You know,
for sure.
Because you don't want to feel lethargic, you don't want to feel exhausted all the time. And then 1 year into our marriage, we also get this chocolate Labrador, which brought a bundle of energy in the house.
No doubt, they are full of energy.
We were all in for it. We wanted to have an active lifestyle,
Awesome.
and that's when we didn't. We had the smallest community gym ever, like literally with 2 machines in there, and working religiously for an year. We got ourselves down to a level where we started feeling great again.
And so what you told me, if you don't mind me saying, is you dropped around 25 pounds.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then you're still working towards some more aesthetic and body composition style goals with us. But that's huge, man. I saw the pictures. Yeah, I mean, 25 pounds people don't think is much.
Yeah.
But like you said, we didn't go that far off.
Yeah.
But when you don't have much to lose, it's even that much harder to lose it. You know, it's a lot of diminishing returns. So you fought a really big uphill battle, and that's probably why it took so long. You said it took about a year, right?
Yeah.
You guys started.
So another thing when we were doing that is we both are big foodie, and we didn't want to do something like extreme diets.
No.
Where people just go crazy, and this is personal opinion of everybody, and it's just fine.
No,
and I would say ours that we are not those people who would just completely cut out carbs for 3 months and not eat them at all. And then when you start eating, and then when you start eating those foods back, your body just starts. Oh, this is something new, and they start going in the back phase. You know, you start going backwards. So that's why we took our time. But we never went extreme dieting or something. We just tried to do intuitive dieting, go in slowly.
Lifestyle change.
So exactly. So something that can stick for you forever is what you want to do.
You are.
Yeah.
And that's why you guys have the different platforms that you go from. Like you were showing me with the Instagram, you have your before and after pictures up there, and all the different stuff that you're doing, because it's a part of who you are.
Exactly, and that is why our YouTube channel, so once we started doing Instagramming, YouTube came in because in Instagram, stories go away after 24 hours. So we started doing these videos of our lifestyle so people can see, oh, yeah, we eat fat food, we eat pizza, we eat whatever we want to eat.
And you should.
But there's a way you can do that and still be healthy.
That's right.
Okay, everybody has a different goal. Not everybody wants 6-pack abs, but being healthy is not same thing. So you can still be healthy,
and you don't have to be miserable. You can enjoy your life. Right?
So that was one of the motives we started doing more lifestyle vlogs.
That's awesome, man. So where do you aside from the fitness, obviously we want to help you get to your goals, and we're going to continue to work through that. But where do you see both of you guys taking this fitness journey to the next level? I mean, your Lifestyle with a Fit Couple, if I'm not mistaken, on Instagram. I mean, it's a team effort, which is just awesome. I love that you guys are doing it as a team, because it wouldn't be as effective or as good or as lasting if it wasn't.
Yeah.
So I got to ask, not where you're going, but where the team is going from here. What is your game plan? What would you like to achieve?
As I said, I mean, I really personally wanted to create that inspirational thing through the social media. And so if you are talking about where we really want to see ourselves 5 years down the line, I would just say that I want to have a huge fan base through the social media, not because I want 5,000 likes on my post, but just because I want 5,000 people who are getting inspired daily.
Make a difference.
And maybe at that point in time, we might even do our personal trainer certification or something, and so that we get credibility, of what we speak. I mean, we are self-taught at this point, and we from our conversations, if you can vouch, I know something about these things. But again, when to establish that credibility, when you tell somebody, or do this and this may help you better, it's might be something that we may do in the future, and even take it one notch up.
Yeah, because at this point, for you guys, in terms of your journey, you can't do a whole lot more. Like you stepped up your fitness game. You're now working out 5 to 6 times a week with us, which is a step from where you were before.
Right.
But we talked diet last night, man, and you're like, all right, what else can I do different? I said, well, what about this? I'm already doing that. What about this? I'm already doing that. What about this? I'm already doing that. And I'm bringing up, you're like, why didn't you understand the words you were saying? I'm bringing up like, diuretic foods and hydration, stuff like that. Like, I didn't know these foods did that. I was just doing them because I thought I was supposed to.
And
so you're living it.
Right, and that is one of the things. I mean, not many people want to know all the jargons behind it, Most people connect with you because you're talking in simple terms that they can understand. So that's why I didn't know what diuretic foods are. But I know that, these foods are mostly water, so it helps you hydrated, and it doesn't, and it helps your body. So incorporate these foods. And that's the simplest thing that we do. Keep doing our research, and she would, when we go for grocery and stuff, we incorporate those little things that, let's incorporate these 2 fruits or these 2 veggies for this week.
Right.
So simple things like that.
Right, so you guys just have to be consistent at this point and just continue moving forward. And the more, at the level that you're both at, having had lost that over a year, and now you're really fine-tuning. And we talked about the law of diminishing returns, and this is the hardest thing for when people lose. Thank goodness that you guys are working as a team. You have a game plan, you're moving forward, so you're never gonna go back in the other direction. But if you want to make any changes from here, it's a little frustrating because it takes a lot longer time. And then, like you and I were talking about, it's like, what do I do next? And I'm like, what about this? Already doing it. What about this? Already doing it. What about this? Already doing it. All right, well, if that's the case, then
keep doing it.
Then keep doing it, and let's have another sit down about this, and this.
Right.
And it's fine tuning because you're at that almost that performance athlete type phase where you're fueling your body properly, you're getting the workouts in, you're doing stretching, mobility, all that stuff. You're listening to your body and giving yourself extra rest days when you need to, like today, right?
Yeah.
Which is, I thought was actually an awesome call. You've got to make those calls, and you've got to listen to your body. So that's really great, man. Again, like I said, I'm super inspired by what you do and what you guys are doing. I want to see that YouTube video, by the way, that you said about your guys' wedding.
Yeah, it's like a highlight on our YouTube channel. It says how we met.
I have to look at that now.
Yeah,
because that's an inspirational story in and of itself. That's pretty cool. Before we wrap things up, do you have any questions for me?
I do.
What is it?
I was always curious. How do you come up with the name E3?
All right, so that's good. That's a question no one's asked yet. E3, what do you have any idea? Any guess?
I have no guess because I was trying to fit it somewhere, your purpose, drive, and perform thing. And there are like 3 things that you strive for, but then I was not sure.
But where does the E come from?
Yeah.
So let's start with the basics. The E and the 3. So the purpose, drive, and perform, which is our mantra, I'll get to in a second. E3. So my name's Earl.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm also the 3rd. I'm the 3rd Earl.
Oh.
My dad's name is Earl. My grandfather's name is Earl.
Oh.
Even though none of them go by it. So I'm Earl the 3rd.
Oh.
So I'm E3. My last name also starts with an E as well, so a lot of people think that my middle name has an E, so they assume that I have 3 E's.
Yeah.
I'm just the third. So E3 came from that. You know, people
that's
call me by
cool.
my first name. I always have to put my suffix down for everything that I sign, so E3. When we did that, you know, my wife helped me design all the back end of the company. So the color pattern that we have, the green, the website, all that stuff, she did. She killed it. She does an amazing job. And she said, you know, you really should have, you know, a 3-part mantra. She's like, what do you believe? What are you trying to accomplish with this company? And this is before we were a company. This is before I hadn't even broke off and was training people on my own yet. I worked for another gym, doing my own. This was kind of the prelims, right? And we came up with purpose, drive, and perform. So the drive and perform, you can, well, I would say that. The perform you can get at any gym, right? You can go anywhere and somebody will help you work out. You will get some kind of a result.
Right.
If it's feeling better, if it's breaking a sweat, whatever it is, you're gonna get something out of it and it's going to be good for you. The hardest thing that other places aren't doing that we're trying to do, and I'm not even gonna say we're remotely good at it, we're just putting a strong effort in this direction,
Right.
is the purpose and the drive. Obviously, we establish a purpose. When you're doing an exercise, you know why you're doing it, why it's good for you. We try to kind of elaborate on that, but also we develop a purpose in you. I know your goals. We're tracking your measurements. We're trying to, you know, keep it dialed in on what you want to accomplish and get you there. The hardest thing, this is the very hardest thing, is the drive. So we're lucky enough to see you 6 hours a week. What do you do in the other 23, which is the name of this podcast?
Right.
What do you do in the other 23 hours of your day to stay motivated? Because, you know, you could have a bad experience. I mean, you're such a positive person. I feel like this would never happen to you, but the average person, you know, they have a bad day at work, like, you know, and they make a bad choice on their food at lunch because they're having a bad day. And they're like, well, I've already eaten bad. I'm gonna eat bad at night. Then the next day, and it's this snowball effect of self-destruction that we have to overcome with people. And it's so challenging. So the drive is the hardest part. So we say any gym can give you the perform. We're striving to give you the drive and the purpose as well.
That's amazing, actually.
Well, thank you.
Cool.
So if people want to learn more about you, see kind of maybe your transformation pictures, because they're up there, you're not taking them down. How can people connect with you and or your wife?
The easiest way is our Instagram or YouTube. There is no comment that is not answered.
Very
So
cool.
we give it time, we go through comments, we go through everything, and then there are people who also give suggestions, like, and we take those suggestions seriously. Like there was 1 week she didn't do any Insta story about her workout, and then and sometimes what happens is that since we're talking, when you're working out or when she's working out, doing stories breaks your momentum.
Yeah.
If you're supposed to take 20-second gap, it's making you take 40-second gap, and then you.
So she's just serious.
So
No-
sometimes
no
she has
games.
to. Yeah. So sometimes if I go with her, I can do it for her.
Right.
But other times she has to like pull back.
Yeah.
And here there's no scope of me doing anything.
No.
So that's why. And then people would comment you and say, "Hey, we are missing your workout post."
Which is good accountability, and that's why I think people should document this on social media.
Right.
For sure.
So and then we would do a post that yes, we did work out, but then what did we do? People are more sometimes interested in seeing that. So that is one of the things. So basically, anybody who reaches out through the Instagram or YouTube.
And so for
would
you,
be
it's at lifestyle of the
lifestyle with the fit couple.
with the fit couple. I always get it wrong.
Yeah.
And then what about YouTube? So I am going to your YouTube.
YouTube is also same name, lifestyle with the fit couple.
Okay, cool. And
So-
those are the 2 best ways to find you?
That is the absolute 2 best ways to find us.
Awesome, dude.
And there's an email out there. If people
Okay.
are uncomfortable doing a public comment on either
Yeah.
of those, just go to the profile, click email, and just email.
Perfect, man. Well, I appreciate you taking the time, coming in after hours, and sitting down with me.
Oh,
and,
this is an honor.
Dude, keep inspiring. You're inspiring me all the time, and you're inspiring other people, and I want to see that continue in a bigger way for you.
We'll try our best.
Keep it up, brother. Appreciate it.